All right, so good morning, everyone. So welcome to cybersecurity ethical / penetration testing section. So in our last class, we concluded an aspect of ethical hacking, which is understanding the hacker itself, which is the Kali Linus operation, right? So we took our time to understand some of the basic commands within Kali, which is one of the technical skills that is required as an ethical hacker. You need to understand how to use the operating system, which constitutes almost all the penetration testing tools. Remember, I told us that Kali Linus is our main penetration testing operating system. Why is it recommended for us as cybersecurity practitioners? Because it has inbuilt functions for performing penetration testing. Now, we also talk about ethical hacking scripting languages, right, in this class. And I said it is compulsory, not even optional, that you understand at least 2 of them, which happen to be the leading languages. They are all programming languages. And I also emphasize the essence of understanding these languages, that these languages are languages we use in navigating around the Kali Linus with the functions for performing penetration testing. One of these scripting language is Bash, which I explained to us that it is called Born Again Shell. It is one of the ethical hacking scripting language. So which means that we use this language to walk around to navigate within the Kali Linus. Please, let's get it right. This language are not the scripts we are using to perform the penetration testing. They are just the languages in which some of the scripts that are within the Kali were designed or built with. And that is why if you don't understand them, then when you come across those tools, those scripts within the Kali Linus, you will not be able to explain them. And that is why we are going this way, understanding the ethical hacking scripting languages first. So this morning, I'm going to start with Kali Linus editor, right? Kali Linus editor. 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 Now, if I may ask, in fact, let me not ask, because I'm very sure that 80% of us sitting or attending this section or this class do not have any solid programming background before coming. How many of us have mastered any programming language before now? Let me find out whether it is 100% of you or that 80%. How many of us have completed learning any of the core programming language? Could be Python programming language, It could be C#, it could be Java, it could be JavaScript, it could be PHP. Do I have such person here who has completed one, who is already building application with any of them? None, right? Good. Now, it means that the direction I'm going to go will be different because I will have used another formula if I'm training persons who have programming knowledge already. But because we don't have, so you permit me to treat you guys as KG1 students in the field of programming so that you can understand it. All right, now we are talking about going into learning programming languages that helps us as cybersecurity practitioners. Now, we need to understand that every programmer needs a development environment to write, execute, and debug their code. Are we together? You can put that in writing, some of these keywords I'm using. Note under that topic, it's right for you to put it there. That in programming, because we are learning this to go into the programming, so let's get all the facts. I said in programming, every programmer, that is those that write instructions in programming, that is, I said in programming, every programmer, that is those that write computer instructions, that is those that write computer instructions, must use one of the IDE, must use one of the what? IDE. Are we together? Must use one of the IDE. So the question is, what is an IDE? Let's look at the full meaning first, in bracket. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. That itself has explained it, but let me still throw more emphasis on it. The word development means creating of code. Are we together? For somebody to be addressed as a developer, who is the person? Somebody that what? That writes what? Code. Are we together? So what we are saying is that an IDE is an application. You can add that definition now. An IDE is an application developed for programmers. An IDE is an application, or they are applications developed for programmers in order to help them to perform the following. So there are three reasons why you use what IDE as a programmer. I said what? Can you give me the last statement quickly? In order to help them to what? To perform the following. Number one, write code. Number two, execute the code. To execute code means what? To run the code. Are we together? To test the code, whether it is working. And to debug. And to debug the code. And to debug the code. Now, let's look at the meaning of debugging. Hello, the word bug means what? Problem, errors, right? When we say we want to debug them, what does that mean? We want to discard them, we want to remove them, right? Which means that error can make code not what? Run. So every IDE you are consulting, like we are going to discover in a moment now, must have the ability to do what? To write your code, to execute the code, and in case there is error in the code, you should be able to what? To debug it. Are we together? So you now know where we are coming from when I say we are looking at what? Kali Linus what? Editor, test editor, right? Now, you see that your terminal, that terminal you have been using, that terminal we're using to master the basic command in what? Linux. That terminal, can we say that it is an IDE? How do you know that it's an IDE? Because you were able to write code there and you were able to deploy the code, right? Good. So that will not take us to, like I said, I have to come this way because of the response that I got, where I say, how many of us have learned any word programming language? So you need to understand that even tomorrow, when you want to learn Python outside cybersecurity, you are going to consult what? An IDE. You want to learn Java. You want to learn JavaScript. You want to learn HTML. You want to learn CSS. You will need what? An IDE. Because if you want to be solid in that topic you saw on the board the other day, which is what? The aspect of ethical hacking that involve performing penetration testing on web applications. You must understand to an extent those languages that are used in building what? Web. So it's just an advice. If you come across anywhere they are teaching JavaScript, go there. It benefits you. If you come across where they are teaching HTML, go and learn it. It's part of your program. If you want to specialize in the area of what? Web application what? Ethical hacking. The same thing with CSS. So let's go back to the main topic. What was the topic that I have given you before? Kali Linus what? Editor. So in other words, let's define what is Kali Linus test editor. We are not just saying editor, test editor. Kali Linus test editor. These are applications built in Kali Linus. These are applications built in Kali Linus. Are you with me? These are what? Application built in Kali Linus to enable us to write file or text. To enable us to write file or text and also save them within the operating system memory and also save them within the operating system memory. Am I communicating? Save them within the what? The operating system memory. Now, what I'm saying is this. We need test editor because we are going to use them to learn the languages, the Bash and the what? And the what? And the Python, right? So let me redefine it. Note, in this context, right? Note, in this context, the test editor will be acting as the IDE. In this context, the test editor will be acting as what? The IDE. Remember, we just finished talking about what? IDE now. So which means that why is it necessary for you to understand this test editor? Because you want to write Bash code, right? And also what? Execute them. You want to write Python code and also what? Execute them. So you need that application. If you register in my Python class, I am not going to teach you Python from Kali Linus. Let's say you are learning Python for app development or probably for data analytics or for any other purpose, not inside the VirtualBox. We are going to install an IDE called PyCharm. How many of us have heard of it? PyCharm. Where are those people that told me the other time that they have gone ahead of me? They should know what I'm calling PyCharm. I did not talk to anybody. I did not call your name now. Please, so I'm looking at everybody in the class. Oh, okay. Are you with me? So what I'm saying is that we have what? PyCharm. We have Visual Studio Code. The computer science students in this place should have heard of all this. We have Sublime Text. We have Atom. Okay, sorry. You have done all those one, right? You don't know them. You are aware. What are you studying that time? Oh, computer engineering. Okay. Computer engineering. What do you engineer? What do you engineer? The software development is your main area, in case you don't know. Okay, software development is not there. Okay, it's purely hardware. Okay, repair. Networking. They are running away because I want to hammer them. Working in control room. Okay, you want soft. Exactly. Bam. Okay. Sorry. Yes. Okay. No problem. Accepted. Let's move on. They have defended themselves. No mind them. Okay. So now, okay, I think we have the software engineering. I mean, okay. Sorry, good. Cool. That is the one I'm referring to. That programming is their core. Yes. Programming is their core aspect. Yes. No. Sorry. Okay, so now let's look at what I just told us now. So which means that this Kali Linus editor, we are going to be using them in the place of what? Editor. Is it? Are you getting me? In the place of IDE Rider. So let's look at an example of this editor. Example of Kali Linus built-in editors. Now that we understand what an editor is, we have the first one, which is called the Vim. We have Vim. Number one, we have what? Vim. So I am just jumping. Look at it here. We have V. One of them, but I'm not considering V. I'll tell us the reason. So I ought to have started from what? V, then to what? Vim. Are you with me? Now, but there's a reason. From the definition, you know the reason why I called what? The V. Let's look at the definition of V. In brackets, you write VI improved. The Vim in brackets, you write what? VI improved. VI improved. What does that mean? The latest version of what? V. Good. So there's no point of me. So let's define it. Close the bracket. Let's define it. Is a powerful and highly customizable command line test. Is a powerful and highly customizable command line test editor. Are we together? Let me take it again. Is a powerful and highly customizable, right? Command line tests editor. Widely used by Linux administrators. Widely used by Linux what? Administrators. Widely used by what? Linux what? Administrator, comma, programmers, comma, and ethical hackers. So how does it concern you? Because it's widely used by us, right? Our role is what? Mentioned there. We are who? Ethical what? Hackers. Do you know that we are also Linux administrators? Though if you want to get to that level, you will not stop at those basic Linux commands that we treated you. You go and learn Linux full package. You know, what I did there is just to scratch the surface as the basic, so that we can navigate around it. So it wasn't a training that was structured to give you full package of what? Linux. Just like the way we are still learning Windows. You know, some of us, before you subscribe into this training, during your basic computer training, they must have taught you Microsoft Windows, right? Hello, there's no way you'll be trained in computer appreciation that they will not expose you to what? Microsoft window, where you create folder, where you move icon, isn't it? But you notice that when we pick it as one of our major technical skills that we must have, we went further than those basic by exploring the Windows security features. So the same thing, if you want to go to that level, you want to get to that level of becoming Linux administrator, you have to go beyond those basics. They understand the tools, almost all the tools, or let's say 60 to 70% of the tools within Linux that can be used to administer it. You know, it's an operating system that administer applications, and other networking and everything that happens within the system. So they will know it beyond, they will even know the networking aspect of it, everything about it. So I just want us to understand the role of the Vim, right? Let's look at some of the features of the Vim. Let's look at some features of the Vim. Number one, very fast. That is why they say it is an improved version. Very fast. Very fast. Number two, support syntax highlighting. So when you are making a mistake, it will highlight that, oh, this thing is wrong. So you have an idea of this is where the problem is. To support syntax highlighting. Now, because we are not programmer prior now, let me explain the word syntax. Note, syntax in programming means set of rules that govern code writing. Are we together? Syntax in programming are set of rules that governs code writing. So every programmer that speaks any of the programming languages understand the meaning of what? Syntax. Hello, are we together? If you want to speak Isoko, Isoko has its own word, syntax. If you don't flow with that syntax, you bite your tongue. If you want to speak Igbo, Igbo have their own syntax. That is why those that understand other people's languages easily, they understand syntax, the pattern. Once they understand the pattern, they can easily blend. But some of us, we find it difficult to understand languages pattern. And they are the ones that will say, programming is hard. Why is it hard? One of the simplest things I've ever learned is programming. And I enjoy it. I can deny myself food the whole day. Programming. If there's an error, I will make sure that that error is sorted out before I leave. Yes. What I'm saying is that because I obey rules, it's the way I've trained my life. Everywhere you know me, go to church, everywhere they will tell you, I don't violate principle. That is what makes a programmer to triumph. You see the problem of some persons, they don't like obeying rules. So when they are learning Java, and Java say, for me to run, you must follow this, Oh, it's difficult. Why must I follow that? That is why they don't know it. But if you train yourself as somebody who abides by rules, you will see that any program I pick today, the first thing I look for is the rule. Once I get the rule, very easy. Honestly, once you understand the syntax, that rule is what we are calling syntax here now. That is the programming thing. Following the rules, the structure. Like Python, that it says you save a file with .py. You now say, no, I want to save it with .prosper. And when you continue to throw error, you stand up and get angry and leave the system. Like, Python is hard. When you will have just followed the rule and then get the job done. We're looking at the features of what? The first one is very fast. Second one is what? Support syntax highlighting, right? The third one is what? Powerful search and replace. Powerful search and replace. The next one is plugin support. How many of us understand what is called plugins? What is called plugins? How many of us know what is called plugins?
Okay, you see that sometimes when you are trying to install some stuff in your phone or your laptop, they say, well, the plugin is not available. Or you are trying to run a file and you get a notification that the plugin, they are drivers. We discussed that under, what is it called? Windows Security Plus. They are drivers, they are software that are designed to activate, to initiate, to initialize a device. Let me break it down. You know your phone, if you purchase an iPhone or maybe another product, maybe Samsung, for the first time you are connecting it to your laptop, if the laptop operating system does not have the plugin, it will not be registered as part of the laptop. Then you now get what? USB not recognized. How many of us have seen all those notifications now? Which means looking for the plugin. It's looking for that software that will make it to what? To be seen by the operating system that is coming under. So you're talking about plugins, they are like pieces of software that are designed to increase the functionality of a program or a device. Ordinarily, the iPhone was not configured to be part of the laptop, but you connected it through the USB cable, right? Then automatically the laptop must see it as part of its component, but it's going to ask for the plugin to what? To initialize it. The next one, ID for large projects and programming. So these are some of the core features of what? V. ID for what? ID for what? I say ID for large project programming. ID for large project what? So let me just take one more Kali Linus test editor before we go into the bash. You see where I'm going this now, because the bash that we're going to be speaking now, we are going to be using this editor, this as our platform for speaking it. So anytime I want to speak bash, I will call one of these words editor. I want to speak Python, I will call, I'm not going to be writing the code in your terminal. In that Kali terminal, we are going to be consulting this platform. So remember I said this will now become our IDE, where we can write, execute, and do what? Debug our code. Let's take one more. Nano editor, Nano test editor, Nano test editor. So I'm just focusing on the major ones. Nano what? Test editor. In bracket, you write beginner friendly. Nano test editor. In bracket, you write beginner what? Friendly. So let's define it. Nano is a simple, lightweight. Nano is a simple, lightweight command line text editor. Command line text editor. Designed for beginners. Designed for what? Beginners. Designed for beginners. Let's describe it further a little bit. It provides on screen. It provides what? On screen keyboard. It provides on screen keyboard shortcuts, making it easy to create and edit files. Making it easy to create and edit file. Who has gotten it? Help her out so that we can move on.
And edit file. It provides on-screen keyboard shortcuts, making it easy to create and edit files.
So let's quickly, that will now take us to introduction to Bash scripting language. Now we understand editor. So that you will not ask your question, madam. It's an ID, it's a text editor. Yes, it's an app. They are all inside. Okay, part of your research. Okay, no worry. I will start with it. Then I will answer your question. Don't worry, don't worry. No, it's a command because you are going to run it to open an editor. Don't worry. That's why you see that command. Don't worry when you get there now. When we get there, I don't want to distract the. So let's look at introduction to what? Bash what? Scripting language. Introduction to Bash scripting language. Introduction to what? Bash what? Scripting what? Language. So in bracket, let's write the full meaning of Bash is born again share. The born is what? B-O-U-R-N-E. Born again share. Born again share. Born what? Again what? Share. In bracket. Are we there now? Let's look at the definition. It's a command line interpreter. Is a command line interpreter. Is a command line interpreter. In bracket, shell. Use a Linux and Unix operating system. Use in Linux and Unix what? Operating system. Unix, that is U-N-I-X. Full stop. Operating system, full stop. It allows users to interact with the operating system by typing commands. It allows users to interact with the operating system by what? Typing what? Command. So let's look at how to create bash file. How to create bash file. How to create bash file. How to create what? Bash file. So step number 1, start your VirtualBox and run your Kali machine. Start your VirtualBox and run Kali machine. So from the terminal here, I'm going to launch the code that will open up what? The editor. So from here, you call the editor. Remember, I told us that this editor, they are already built in what? The Kali, right? For us to what? To write bash code and Python scripting coding. Now, the first thing I'm going to do here is for us to create the file name. Listen, we talk about directory the other time, right? And we have learned how to create what? File. Is it not? Now, the editor I want to use, I'll say what? VI or Vim. Are you getting me? Look at what I'm writing. Make sure you write your note also after execution. So if I'm using VI, I'll stop at this. If I'm using the improved version of the VI, I'll say Vim. Then space, followed by the file name. Followed by the file name. So let's say the file name is let's say first. Let's say the file name is what? First underscore first file, for example. Right? Now I have to put the what? The extension dot sh, which means that what? Share, which is what? The bash extension, the way we have Python, Py. Now, once you run it like this, you see that it has opened the text editor.
It has opened the what? The text editor. Are we together? Are we together? Just type in your Kali terminal, type vim space, the file name, and then dot the extension sh, which means what? Shell, which is the born again shell or bash file extension. Have we all achieved that? Before I proceed, I want everybody to get to where I am now. Are we all there now? Type vim space, the file name, dot. No, if you are using two words, that is where you put underscore. You know, I use first file. That is why once you are using two words, you separate them with what? Underscore. Don't leave the empty space. Most programming languages do not understand that. Are we together now? Hello? Now, I want everybody to get to where I am so that we can proceed from there. That's your first step. Now, the next thing you are going to do, I want you to look up here. I want you to look up here. The next thing is you have to switch. Are you with me? You have to switch. Pay attention here. You have to switch the editor from reading mode to editing mode or writing mode. If I type anything now, you can say that it's not typing. I'm pressing the keyboard, but nothing is typing. You can try it. Why? Because whenever you migrate from the terminal into your editor, it will always be in what? Reading mode, which means you can only read the file you have created before. But if I want to write, while I am here, I'll type letter I on my keyboard, which means what? Insert. What will happen once I press letter I? Once I press letter I, what did you see now? If I type now, I want to see, I hope I'm on it. Letter I, good. To give you what? Insert. Letter I, you will see what? Insert. So if you start writing now, you can see that what? You will now be able to type. So for you to switch to insertion mode or writing mode, you have to press what? Letter I, and you make sure that you are seeing insert down here. Are we together? Once you are seeing insert, you know that, oh, you are already in the what? The writing mode. Are we together? So let's write a simple. You can press enter to go down, and then you can also use your arrow button to navigate up and down. Now, I want to create a file. What is the file? Welcome to, everybody create the same thing. Everybody create the same thing. Welcome to cyber security. Welcome to cyber security training session. Welcome to cyber security training what? Session. Welcome to cyber security training session. So for just like Microsoft Word, you are writing, you know, when you are not done, you save, tomorrow you continue from there, right? Hello, good. Now, after this, I can press enter and say, okay, we are really, to say the way it is, we are really enjoying. You are not enjoying writing there. Let the word hear it. We are really enjoying the class. Okay. Yes. I know you just want to spoil my recording. You are enjoying the class. No, I know now. She's what I'm talking to. All right. So now listen. Pay attention here. You know that if you are to be Microsoft Word that you open, after typing, if you want to see what you type next time, what do? You save, right? Good. Now we want to go to the saving aspect now. So you now write, to save your entry after writing. Continue with your step writing. To save your entry after writing, we are going to escape the writing mode first. Escape the writing mode first by pressing escape button
That escape button on your keyboard allows you to what? To leave the writing mode. Before you can save, you must escape what? The writing mode by pressing escape. That is a step. Once you have escaped the writing mode, you are going to type colon. That is the 2 dots, colon. And how do you get that colon? We all know where to get it on our keyboard. Look up here, you see it at the bottom. Did you see this colon that came out? These 2 dots. After you have pressed escape, what are you achieving with the escape? You are leaving the writing mode. I'm done writing, right? I want to go and save, so you must escape. After escape, you now write what? That word, colon. That colon, you write it. Then after that, you now type what? WQ. You know what that WQ means? The W means what? Write, which means save. Then Q means what? Quit. Write and quit. That is the meaning of what? WQ. So even you just want to save, you are not living here for now. What will you write there? Just what? W. Are you seeing the WQ? Then after that, you press enter. What happened? It has brought me back to what? My terminal. So you write and escape. Sorry, you write and quit. Write means you save and quit. And press enter. And that will bring you here. Colon, W and Q together. The W is to write, which means what? To save. While the Q is to what? To quit, which means that you are done computing your file or your information. You want to revert back to what? To your terminal. Have you all achieved that? Oh. Press enter. Good. That will bring you here. You are nodding your head, which means you are enjoying the class. I'll put the camera on your head. Let the world see it. Are we together? Okay. Now, the next you want to learn now. Hello. Pay good attention. Pay good attention here. You are not there yet, Prosper. Okay. Okay, are you following? I know. I know. There's no problem. It's only when you come here you remember homework. What you will have done at home is here you are doing it. You sent me what? All right. Are we together now? Prosper. Okay, now look up, look up. Hello, from the command you learned how to view an existing file. Which of the command? Let's say you want to go back to, okay, let me not consider that one yet. Let's look at the one we need most first. You know, let's assume that it was yesterday that I created that file and I've typed welcome to what? Cybersecurity. And I now want to review that file. I want to revisit it and write more. After that yesterday, I'm not done writing. So I'm not going to create a new one now. I just want to go back, call back the file, just like the way you open your existing file. You type in MS Word and continue what? Writing, and then you now press Ctrl S again, right? So now your next step is what? How to open an existing file. How to open an existing file. How do we open an existing file? Step number 1, open your Kali terminal. Open your Kali terminal. Open what? Your Kali what? Terminal. Are we together? Open what? Your Kali what? Terminal. Here now, let's say you just open the terminal today now, right? So now, you know that it's a file of who? Bash. It's a bash file, right? So this is how you call the editor. You now say VI. It will bring out the name of that file. You press enter, it will call it back like this. Does that? VI or V space the name of the file. That's the syntax. So that's the syntax. V space the name of the words, the file, and the extension. Then you press enter. Vim now, the way you created now, Vim space the name of that file. and the extension, to press enter. That will call the file back for you. You did not type anything that time. How will you go back? Okay. That is classwork. How you can go back. Switch to what? Writing mode, then escape. Switch to writing mode first, escape, column, then WQ. Enter.
All right, now look up. So that is how to use what we just concluded now is how to use what? The editor, Vim, how to use the Vim editor. So let's quickly take down some of these things so that we can get it right. Why ethical hacker learn Bash? Quickly. Why ethical hackers learn Bash? So you pick one or two things from there as regard to why you should pay more attention to this. Why ethical hackers use Bash or learn Bash? Number one, automate reconnaissance. To automate reconnaissance. The reconnaissance is spelled R-E-C-O. Reconnaissance. R-E-C-O-N-A-I-S-S-A-N-C-E. Reconnaissance. We are going to look at that. It is one of the aspects of ethical hacking that enables you to gather information either passively or actively from the machine you are targeting. So that is one of the reasons why we should learn this. Number two, scan networks. Bash. Why we should learn Bash as one of the scripting language to scan what? Network. 3, to collect information. To collect information. So most of these things that I'm mentioning here, we're going to see their practical aspects. So I don't want to go deep in explaining them, just for us to have this at the back of our mind. The next one is to parse log file. Parse is spelled P-A-R-S-E, to parse log files. To parse log files. The next one is manage files. Manage files. Why ethical hacker learn Bash? To manage what? File. The next one is to run multiple security tools. To run multiple security tools. To run multiple security tools. Then the next one, to perform backups. To perform backups. And then the next one is to automate penetration testing tasks. To automate penetration testing tasks. Are we together? To automate what? Penetration testing what? Tasks. So now we understand some of the reasons. Let's look at structure of Bash scripting. Let's look at this topic quickly. Structure. No, we are coming back to that. I just want to, we're going to be running more script there. I just want us to understand how to do the structure of Bash scripts. So we want to understand the syntax, the word structure, how the code should be written. What are the rules that must be adhered to? Are we together? That is what I want to discuss here. Right. Every bash script actually starts with. See, these are part of the rules I was talking about. If you like, when you are writing, violate it and start telling me you are getting error. I said every word bash scripts must start with this hash, exclamation, slash, bin, slash, bash. Is a standard. It's constant. Look at it on the screen. Every bash script. So the next time we go back to that editor now to speak bash, we must start each time we want to write bash scripts. We must start it with what? This. Are we together? Is the standard. So let's look at the definition of this particular code. Put it in brackets. I want to define it so that you know why we are starting with it. And you also know the implication for eventually you fail to start your bash code writing like this. Note, the shebang, that code is called shebang. That is S-H-E-B-A-N-G. The shebang, that code, the shebang in brackets, you write that code. If you have already put it in brackets, you continue. The shebang, what is the shebang here? The hash code. Are we together? Test Linus. So once you write it, there's a message is going to pass to Linus. Test Linus that the file should be executed using bash interpreter. Test Linus that the file should be executed using the bash what? Interpreter. Are we together? So for example, which I'm going to execute after this illustration. For example, we have this, I can tell what? Echo. I can write echo, acknowledge it as a string. I'll say what? Welcome to Digitech. See up. Look up, look up. There is a reason which we are going to learn probably in a moment, because after this now, we are going to look at variables. Now, what we are saying is that there's a reason why I put that word in what? In quotes, because that word is acknowledged as a text under type of what? Data in programming. Now, that echo is a function in bash that represents prints. Are you with me? To output something, to display something on the screen. What is it going to display to the users? Welcome to what? Digitech Z-Hub. So now, copy this. Let's go to the Vim again and execute this code. Copy quickly. Have you finished writing this example? Write the whole of this code here. This first, followed by this, just to understand the full structure. Then we will now go to the Vim IDE and execute it. All right, so just in case you come across this video, you want to reach out to Aguero Prosper for this kind of training via live Zoom, just WhatsApp me with the number on the screen. You can also check me out on YouTube at Digitech Z-Hub. So I have over 450 videos of master classes there for you. All right, so can we proceed? Okay, I've explained echo now. You're busy fighting biscuits. What did I say is echo for? Eh? To echo. To echo means to display, to praise, to praise something on the screen. Eh? Don't worry, you see it now. So let's practicalize what we just did now. Let's practicalize it. Let's practicalize what we just did now. All right, now I'm going to leave here now. Hello, I'm going to leave here and create another file for those that are still having issues. So let me press I to enter what insert mode, then escape and then column, then WQ, press enter. So I'm out. So I want to create a string. I want to put what string? A string. So what I'm going to do, I'll say, okay, which editor am I using? Vim, right? Vim, I'll just say what will I use now? Let me use PRO, then dot what? SH. Right? Now, once I get here, I switch to writing mode by pressing letter I, and then I can now start what? Typing. I can start typing. Now, the first thing I said you must do if you want to speak what? Bash, you must start with what? The hash, right? So you must follow this exclamation mark, slash what? Bin, right? Slash what? Slash what? Bash. Is that not what you wrote there? Yes, so you must write this first. All right, so remember the note I gave you, that what? The shebang, there's Linus to execute what? So now, what do I want to create? Echo. So I want to echo, I'll say what? Echo. Echo is a keyword, is a function that is already built in Bash, just to allow us to what? To output something. So I'll say echo what? I'm not storing it in variable. I'm echoing this directly. But we're going to look at variable concepts shortly if the time permits. So echo what? Welcome, just like we wrote there. Welcome to Digitech Z Hub. All right. Now, how do I live here? How do I live here? Hello. How do I live here? Escape. Escape. Follow. Then what? I will write. I save it. Then before I quit, right? I press enter. Right. Now, pay attention here. We are going to switch to, listen, you are not paying attention, no. The way we are going to see this file now is different from what we did. Watch now. Everything I have done now align with the first thing we have done before, right? Now, but this time around, look at this. That time that you type welcome to, people are not paying attention. That time that we type welcome to, we did not echo it. We did not speak Bash. Hello. Yes, that first one, we did not speak Bash. That one is just like your test MS Word without using a language on it. Now, so you don't expect to see the. Now we want to display that welcome. Look up. Some persons are not following me. You know, as I'm teaching, I'm looking at everybody. I hate distraction. Pay attention. You will end up missing the whole thing. Why don't you just focus first? You have the right up in your note. Focus and listen to what I'm saying. Now, what I'm saying now is this. That particular welcome, we want to display it here. Not that one that we went back to. Hello. So I want to display that welcome to that, to come here in the terminal. So the first thing I'm going to do, I am going to change that file to executable mode. And how I'm going to do that? I will say what? CH mode is part of what we learned now. Part of those basic CH mode, right? Okay, so your assignment. Okay, good. CH mode, then we put what? Times, plus,
Then followed by the what? The name of that file. What was the name of the file? Pros dot what? Good. Pros dot sh. Then after this, what is it saying? Let me see. chmod s plus pros dot. Let me see what it says. Okay, let me try it again. chmod s plus. I know it's s plus. So there's another one, but s pros dot. Let's say cats. What is the file name? Pros dot what? ch. Good. So let's use cats. You know, we learned this now. One of the command for viewing your file. So I believe this one will work with Python, but for Bash, just put what? Cats. Cats, C-A-T. Then followed by the file name. You want to see everything you have there. You want to see what, you know, ordinarily for us to see this, we have to type vim, the name of the file, before we can see it, right? But in the terminal here, you want to see everything that we have typed in the editor. Just say what? Cats, and then followed by the name. So it will put everything. So instead of doing something like this, look up, instead of saying vim, this, which will take me back now. So I was able to view everything in this file, right from what? The terminal, using what? The cats. Is either you come back like this to view it, or you go through what? The terminal. So let everybody achieve this one before we proceed. Everybody. Go ahead.
When you said that VIM, because you have used it from other words, how do you not place also?
All right, so now let's look at this one more thing before we shift to another topic. We are still on Bash programming. And the only thing we have mastered is the syntax. What is the structure of writing what? Bash code, right? And what is the structure? You must start with what? The shebang, which is the whole of what? This code. Now, remember that after you have written your code and you want to leave the editor, you know, I told us that if you want to leave, there are two things. There are two things. One, you want to save before leaving. The other one, you want to leave, but whatever you have typed, you are not interested in saving it. So how do you not leave without saving? So if you are leaving without saving, this is what you do. The same thing, escape. Then you put that column. I hope I'm there. Escape, put the column. Then you now do what? Q. You now do Q exclamation mark like this. This one is you are quitting without what? Saving. Because there are times you might come here and what you have processed, you don't actually want to save it. So you can just use this one to what? To quit without saving. The only way you verify this, just open a new one, create a file, type something, exit without saving, then call it back and see whether the content will be there. So you can find out that one yourself. Did you get that explanation?
Yes, sir.
So that will now take us to bash variable, right? Bash variable. Bash what? Variable. Bash variable. Now, because some of us or most of us do not have any prior knowledge of Bash or any other programming language, so we are going to start from understanding variables. And please, some of these things that you are learning now, you are not actually learning one programming language. That is what goes in about programming language. The first one that you learn, we offer you 30% of what other ones. So which means that after this class now, when we get to Python now, the first language to learn. The best language to learn, to start with, I mean? Well, what I would say is what I would say is that go and learn Python programming.
Python.
Yes, because Python will benefit you more, and it's everywhere. Are you with me? And it's today, if you are learning today reading language, you learn Python. Okay, people have asked you questions. Now let's go there. Variables. Variable. My time is going. I have just 18 minutes. No question, no. There is no time.
So you said that to leave them without not saving.
Q exclamation mark.
You say exclamation Q.
No, Q. All right. Now let's look at variable. What is a variable? Let's write variable. Let us write to variable. Not only in Python, variable. So, but now because we are in Bash, so I will limit it to what? Bash. Let's say what? What is variable in Bash programming? What is variable in what? Bash what? Programming. Now, a variable is a name. Variable is what? A name. Storage. Location. A variable is a name, storage, location. Used to hold data temporarily. Used to hold data temporarily while a script is running. While a script is running. There's a reason why you are sitting by somebody. It's not accidental. The reason is that when you did not get it, you can quickly go and do that was after the class. I don't have time. There's no time. I'm working with my time. I'm working with my time. Working with my time. I have to make sure I use that to teach, not to certify issue that we are past there. Are we together? Just leave that one and write first. I will still do it now. You see me doing it here now. Just write your note. So what is variable again, please? A variable is a name storage, right? Can we break it down in a layman term, right? Variable is a container. I'm breaking it down to even 12 years old or 5 years old child can understand. I said a variable is a container used in storing value in programming. Variable is a container used for storing what? Values in programming or within a program. But there is something that I want us to understand. Looking at that first definition, there is a keyword there that actually describes variable from a particular word angle. Look at it here. While a script is what? Running. Which means that the life cycle of a variable is what? What is the life cycle of a variable? You know, it's a life cycle as what? How long does it last, right? Once we create a variable, right? The moment the script complete running, is the variable still alive? The value that will have been given for the variable will be what? Terminated. Now, let's look at variable syntax, right? Variable syntax. Variable syntax in Bash. Variable syntax in Bash. What did I say is syntax again? What did I say is syntax again? So, which means, how do we declare variable? What is the format? If I'm to write variable in Bash, what is the format? How do I write it? Note, programming variable has 3 parts. Let's quickly acknowledge that before we look at implementation. Programming variable has what? 3 what? Parts. programming variable has three parts. The first part is the variable name part. We have the variable name what? Parts. Are we together? The second part is assignment operator. I mean, you have concluded the programming language, all this you understand it. Assignment operator, which is usually denoted as equal sign, single equal sign. In programming, does not mean equality. So in programming, if I say what? Prosper is equals to 10. It means that what? Prosper is, it means that 10 as a value is assigned, is stored in Prosper container. It does not mean what? Prosper is equal to 10. Is that clear? Now, the third part of variable is the value part. The value part. So let's look at the full structure. So you now write this as what? Variable structure. So let's say we are asked to create, this is a task, right? As task 1, create a variable to hold or store. To hold or store your name. Your name, and let's say your name in bash. So the syntax will be also okay, first underscore name is what? Assign string Prosper. Now, once you put anything in quotes, whether double quote or single quote in programming, it means you are acknowledging the type of data to be what? Text. Am I communicating? So if, now it means that what type of data is Prosper? Because it's in that quote. What does that mean? It's a text. And what is text data type? Text data type means what? Character-based value. Character-based value. How do I know? P is a character, right? R is a character. So the combination of the character form what? A text. When a value is formed with character, it should be described as what? String. So now let's go to bash and implement this properly. Let's go to bash and implement this. Let's go to bash and what? Implement this. Are we together? Hello? Let's look at it, because after this is where the class will end. I'll give us assignments to create not less than 5 different variables within your locality. So let's look at the implementation of the grammar we have done so. Now, I want to create a file. Now, the file, I will say vim var, just to represent what? To see that I'm creating what? Variable. Are you with me? Then I will just what? Press enter. There's a reason why I did not put what? .sh. I want to confirm something. I don't want to personalize it so that that ch mode that did not work the other time can work for me. Now, I will switch to what? Writing mode, right? By pressing what? Then I'll remember I'm writing bash code. The rule says that what? I must start with what? Exclamation slash what? Bin, right? Slash what? Bash. You can see that this time around, that text did not change color because I did not save it what? .sh. Have you noticed something here? Now, let's go. Now, I will start by creating the variable. So the variable name is what? Name. And then the value I am storing in the variable is a string. For that, I'll do what? Put it in what? string notation, which is what? Prosper. Are we together? Then I'll close it with the string. What is that? Equal sign. Name equals to. That is what we know as what? The assignment operator. Yes, I'm glad I put the display. It doesn't matter. Now, I will now echo because I would like to display it in the terminal. Echo what? Now, when you are calling variable, listen, when you are calling variable in bash, you accompany it with hash, with $sign rather. So because the name of what I want to echo is a variable name, so I will put what? $sign followed by exactly that name. This is how you call it too. Take note of that. After creating a variable, if you want to echo the variable and you want to call the name of the variable attached to the echo, you attach what? $sign to it. That is the standard. That is the standard. So now I can exit. Look up. Now I can exit. How do I exit? How do I save and exit? Escape, colon, W and Q, and press what? Enter. Now I have to switch to what? Executable mode. This way I will now use what? CH what? Mode that I was trying to use the other time. Then, what did I use that time? I use S and plus. So meanwhile, let me just find out. So I think it should be, okay, let me try it. Don't worry, I'm going to get something right now. I think I'm going to see the error. Now, what is the name? var. var. CH mode. var. Now, don't worry. There's something I'm trying to understand here. It's like I'm missing something. I want to correct myself here now. Good. So the mistake was what? Plus, we're doing X and what? Plus. So please be what? Plus and X. Now, listen. Why are we doing that? Is to change it to executable mode, because if you don't change it to executable mode, it will not output only Prosper. Instead, when we use cat, it brought out the whole code. But what I want to see in my terminal is what? The value that is stored in name. Are we together? Now, once you have switched to executable mode, I have advised pay attention first. Once you have switched to executable mode, then you have to enter the directory. How do we enter directory from our previous class? // right? Then space followed by the name of that directory you are entering, which is what? var. Now it's asking me what? What does it say? Permission what? Deny. Okay, let's do something. Let me finish what I'm saying first before you ask your question. You always know when to ask questions, because I mean pause now and forget what I'm saying. Now, if you come here now and put this, what did I use before? Dots and what? So let's say I space and I put what? var. You see that? It worked now, right? Good. But what I'm actually looking for, as I type that now, I expected it to what? To display what we stored in the variable Prosper. That is what we stored here. So try your own. Now let me see your question. Let me hear your question. Your question first.
One that we did that was not just everything. When we now look at that part, does not showing like column. So if now means that it's not showing column now, that means that we want to do anything more than something.
There's no need to do, you have to, you still have to do it too, because the file must be switched to executable mode. But I'm going to try another one to confirm that. But have you executed this one that I'm showing you first? No, I'm just trying something. Just try something. Just want to check. What did you have there?
What is that in that format? You pick them up.
So what we are going to do now, let's just create a variable using add.what.sh as a vim, the name dot what sh, then create the variable and then run it. Let me get what's for this. You know, this one I did not add dot sh. Let's just try that one and see how.